So this 2022, what we are going to do is we're going to stop being overly nice. We're going to stop people pleasing. I get it. You love the people you care for. I get it. You want to be there for those people. But you need to know this. As a people pleaser, nobody is looking out for you like you are looking out for the next person. What's up, my love, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Iyidolls, and today I'm going to be providing us with 4 tips on how to better self-manage so you can stop people pleasing to your own detriment. It's 2022. We're here to make you fall in love with you and start pouring back abundantly into yourself so you don't get to the point where you are just dejected, upset, exhausted, and resentful towards all of these people that you love. So if you're interested in this video, stay tuned, keep watching. And if this is your first time on my channel, what's up? Don't forget to subscribe, to thumbs up this video, and turn on your push notifications because I'll be releasing a video every Friday. So you want to be in the know is what I'm trying to say, honey. So let's jump right into those tips. 1. You want to redefine your core beliefs around people pleasing. What is your core belief? You want to start asking yourself those questions, those really deep questions, because your core beliefs really help determine your rules of engagement and the rules that you live by. Okay, so what are these core beliefs that you have around people pleasing? What are these core beliefs that you have around helping people? What are these core beliefs that you have around supporting those that you love and care about? Are your core beliefs to the detriment of your own self? You need to ask yourself those really difficult questions, and you need to start having those really difficult conversations. You guys know I don't talk about nothing that I'm not getting better at, okay, or I'm struggling with. So I'm a self-proclaimed people pleaser. I'm always here to support those that I love and care about, but most times I've done it to my own detriment. A lot of times in the past, when I did find support was being there at all costs for those that I loved and care about. What? Excuse me. Support was being there at all costs for those that I loved and care about. What? What do you mean being there at all costs? That definition was already flawed in itself. It was extremely flawed. I can support those that I love and care about, but not to my detriment. I can be there for those that I love and care about and not be sad or resentful towards them. I can be there for those that I love and care about and still accomplish what I want to accomplish, or still make time for myself, still self-care, still self-love. I can do all of those things and still be there for everyone that I love and care about. So that's why it's important now that you start having those conversations with yourself. You start asking yourself those tough questions. Why am I pleasing people? Am I pleasing people because I'm afraid of disappointing them? A lot of times that's what we do, right? We're pleasing people because we're afraid of disappointing them, and most times when we're afraid of disappointing people, we tend to overcompensate. The goal is to be empathetic and not be sympathetic over here. You don't want to wear their emotions on yourself. You want to understand their emotions. You want to be there as best as you can, but not to the point where it starts affecting you. So this 2022, what are we gonna do? We're gonna redefine our core belief, our core understanding, our rules of engagement when it comes to people pleasing. All right, step number 2. You want to start setting healthier boundaries for yourself this year. What does that look like? Those are the questions you should start asking yourself. What are the goals you're trying to work towards for yourself in terms of people pleasing? Where do you see that you fall short? Where do you see that you betray yourself every single time, every single day, every single hour, every single month, every single time of the year? Where do you fall short? Identify that and start making those healthy boundaries. It could look like this. I'm not going to be making hasty decisions this year. I'm going to redefine my rules of engagement with my friends. I'm not going to be picking up my calls from people after a certain hour because I want to absolutely focus on those priorities that are important to me. You decide what those boundaries could look like, but the bottom line is you want to decide as quickly as possible, even if it's one area of your life where you're saying, hey, I'm not going to make a hasty decision. That's my boundary for this year, is I'm not making hasty decisions. So if you are with me with this boundary, let me know in the comment section down below. Write it down. Are we on the same team? Or let me know what your boundary for this year is when it comes to people pleasing. What is the new parameter that you're setting and you're letting people know? That's the next thing. You want to let those closest to you know, hey, these are my boundaries. You can verbally communicate it to them immediately you set those boundaries, or you can communicate it to them when you feel that, you know, they're stepping out of line. A lot of the times people are only going to treat us how we allow them treat us, okay? So that's why you want to set that boundary for yourself this year. When you set boundaries, people are going to push back, okay? It's normal, we all do it. And when you find that people are pushing your boundaries, it's okay. It's okay. Just reinforce it to them. Reinforce it, reestablish it. Even if you messed up, reestablish that boundary. There is no rule book that says you can't start again. You can totally start again. Okay, so a couple of you that might be watching this video, you're currently not doing so well when it comes to maintaining your boundaries, but girl, I'm here to tell you, you can start again. So stop making a hasty decision. Let's redefine those rules of engagement. Step number 3, you're going to stop making hasty decisions this year. You're going to stop, say it after me, I'm going to stop making hasty decisions this year. Hasty decisions are a great way to destroy our boundaries and also not to live up to those boundaries and expectations that we do have of ourselves. One thing that we should really be cognizant of is that every time we're not living up to our boundaries, we're reinforcing to ourselves that we cannot meet the standards that we want to live by. This year, if this is the only phrase you remember or you hold on to, it's I'm gonna get back to you. That should be the phrase you should go into those conversations with. You want to vaguely commit. You want to let people know, hey, that sounds like a great idea, but I'm gonna get back to you because I want to go reassess. When you don't make hasty decisions, it forces you to reassess your priorities. It forces you to reassess your boundaries and make a decision that will be best for you in this situation. This year, we're not going to be saying sorry to our inner selves. We're going to be Instead, we're going to be listening more to our inner selves. We're going to be prioritizing what is absolutely important. We're going to be standing firm on those boundaries. This year, our hashtag is I'm gonna get back to you. Let's remember that. And lastly, the final tip is, let's say you made a hasty decision, you raised your hands up or you spoke too soon and committed. Let me tell you something. It is absolutely okay to change your mind and quit apologizing for changing your mind. It is okay to change your mind. It is okay to go back on what you said. I understand my word is my bond, but honey, if you are dealing from a place of emptiness where you are overly exhausted, where resentment is already next up in line, you better change your mind quick. You better change your mind. If you went back home and you were having a very difficult conversation with yourself, we all know what those conversations could look like. We all know those conversations where you can't sleep, where you're talking to yourself, you sound crazy to the next person beside you, or where you're so uneasy, you're sighing, you're upset unnecessary. If you're feeling that way after making a hasty decision, I would advise you to go back on what you said. I would advise you to change your mind, because it's absolutely important that you're sticking to that boundary that you made for yourself. I'll say this, you don't want to change your mind a day before the commitment. So for example, if you said, hey, I was going to come on this trip, or I was going to go to dinner with you, etc., whatever the case might be, whatever the commitment was, you don't want to change your mind a day before. And I find that a lot of times when you're changing your mind a day before, it's a lot harder for you to stick to your boundary. So the earlier the better. That's the rule of thumb here. Immediately you start feeling some type of way, go back on your word, let people know, hey, I'm so sorry I committed to this, but right now this is what's going on, I cannot do this. Do you know how many times I do this? I do this so often, and I have stopped apologizing. I have stopped trying to make excuses as to why I can't change my mind. I have absolutely started prioritizing myself, and I've told people, oh, I'm so sorry, I can't come out anymore. Even though this seems so fun, I will have to hang with you guys another month. And it's okay. The world didn't stop. Listen, as long as the decision you're making doesn't cause them any physical harm, you can change your mind. Don't get me wrong, it's hard. Don't get me wrong, it's going to be difficult. Don't get me wrong, you might be kicking yourself. Change your mind and don't apologize for changing your mind. I'm looking to hear your success stories when it comes to setting healthier boundaries for yourself this year. Make sure you DM me those success stories. I can't wait to hear what you have done to prioritize yourself, to self-care, to self-love this year. Alright y'all, see you soon.